Distinguishing ego. The ego, I've heard it being described as that which sits between the conscious and the unconscious. I've also heard it described as the sum of all our experiences. I believe that we actually need a healthy ego in order to transcend our ego. That's the paradox. And some people feel that the ego needs to be obliterated. And I personally don't think that that's possible in our 3D world. And like I said, we actually require a healthy ego in order to transcend it. The ego often wants to protect us, wants to have a safe face. And so it often has a hard time listening to criticism, and so keeps us from reality often, giving us a false sense of reality if we cannot accept the contributions and criticisms from other people. It often overestimates our abilities and seeks to be significant, and that in turn keeps us from growing as human beings. So it's important that children be mirrored back in their very young years in order to create a healthy sense of self. And many of us did not have the privilege of that because our parents didn't get that. And so that often when it's very severe, it can bring about a narcissistic personality where narcissists are completely identified with their ego and have a very, very difficult time learning to change or taking in constructive criticism. And so in order for us to grow as human beings, we have to become aware of our ego. And I've had the experience of being much more aware of it and not succumbing to the fears of the ego, and being able to sort of be gentle with it, but at the same time not give in to its delusions or its need to protect me. And the more I sit in the reality that love is all there is, and I learn to come from love moment to moment, the less my ego, which is identified with the separate self, does not have a hold. And that is a new experience for me, but it's it feels like a coming home, and I highly recommend it. So it's time to identify with love as opposed to your separate ego.